so that you can educate. Don't you know in the process of education, you can also mislead? Because our people in the camp, we need people that whenever they come on this speaker, they should always speak about a sense of direction. That guy in his statement never mentioned anything Biafra. That guy in his statement never even acknowledged the states in Biafra. Instead, he's still referring to the old states in the zoo. That guy never sound like somebody who even has a pathway or knows the solution to the problem. All he keeps saying is, we need to get peace, we need to get peace. So I don't know who is deceiving who. And I will not sit down here and let that happen. Like I say, I'm not here to talk about him and I don't want to talk. I just want to react to what our brother Mazife came here to say. At this particular point in time, you don't need to convince anybody that the zoo is not good for them. They know it. It's just that maybe because of self-interest or whatever they are benefiting. You understand? That's why they don't want to speak truth to power. I go on that boy's page. If actually you said he has been listening to us, at least in one of his tweets, he should have said something about Biafra. But he never did. So it's obvious that the education you are trying to give him is a waste of time. But I'll just leave it there.
There's no education that is a waste of time, Mr.
Chukuma, have you finished your stuff? Let Chukuma finish, so don't interject him, please. Chukuma, have you done? You done your stuff? If you're done, I call next to the speaker, to the mic. So, Mazi Onyeka, if you're next to the mic, you unmute yourself.
Right. Thank you.
You muted.
Thank you so much.
Talk. You muted me. You unmute everybody. Can I finish?
Okay, sorry. Wait. Chukuma, round up.
Okay, so
if you're rounding up, then
another thing I want to say. I want to say.
Now.
No, I'm not finished now.
Onyeka, sorry, I forgot that my hand was on the stop.
Okay, Chukwumezi, when you are done, please, I want to ask you a question.
Let me round up, please.
Anyway, what I want to say is, you see, when you come out today, you say that the U.S. itself is auditing every federal government agency, like the USAID. You understand? More are going to follow. It is because of, I want us to know something. The United States is not like the zoo. That after they give you budget, they will come and give you supplementary budgets. They won't do that. Once a budget has been passed on to the U.S. Congress and it has been approved, whatever that is in that budget is what they will make do for that fiscal year. So, all these agencies in Africa, most especially USAID, US UNICEF, and all these so-called world organizations, they have never in any way helped Africa. They've never in any way helped Africa. It's just that today you have a man of conscience, and a man who is willing to go against the status quo to try and bring peace, bring sanity, at least bring accountability in the US government. That's why all these things are coming out. So when you hear US aid was used in funding Boko Haram, you should not be surprised. So you should know that at that time that Blinken came to the zoo and they gave the zoo $45 million, you should know where that money was coming from. And for me, for my fellow Biafrans, we should not complain about whether it's US aid or UNICEF or UN or whatever that is funding the terrorism going on in the zoo. One thing the conclusion we should draw from this whole thing is to know that we don't have no helper. The only person that will help us is Chukwu Okike and ourselves. And that's why it calls on you to do the needful. You living in the US, that's your taxpayers' money that went to US aid. In return, came to Boko Haram. In return, Boko Haram killing you in the zoo. So you should understand the whole game. You should understand the whole game. You cannot come and accuse the United States government that they funded it. All those type of organizations are just for deflection. So even if somebody will be held accountable, it will be that agency. What's come to us, they will shut it down and they will tell you that they've done justice. And another agency will come up and still do the same thing. So we need to understand it's only us that will free ourselves. And that's why it is important that we get the message clear and stand up and do the needful. So to that, my brother is telling us, oh, we need to get peace. My brother, I don't expect you to say something like that at this particular point in time with everything surrounding what we are facing. Yes, and it's high time we stop romancing this thing. Let's just be honest with ourselves and tell ourselves the truth. Not everybody will agree with you on the journey to freedom. Some will start and some will stop along the way. So in order not to get you stranded as you walk towards your freedom, those people who don't have the same ideology or those people who don't want to be truthful to themselves, you just have to push them out. And I will end with this. In serious situation calls for drastic measure. And for that drastic measure to be taken, there has to be real leadership. So a leader who cannot direct the people in terms of serious situation, you can also compare that leader to this same guy. Me, I know what I want. And I'm sure Biafrans know what they want. So I don't know what else to say, but I will leave it here for now. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. All I know is that we have passed the period of let us accept now. Let us wait and see if they will repent. No. We have waited and we have waited for that. And the more we give long time, the more we extend it, the more we get infiltrated, the more we get drawn back. So that is what it is. We are people that are marching down to our sovereign country, and when we get down there, we will still face these people as neighbors. So when they touch one Biafra, there is no time of peace. We will go and touch hundreds of them, so they should know how it feels. That is why Israel, as little as they are, they were able to live in the midst of the enemies. Touch one, your hundreds will be touched. Your existence will be wiped out. This is what I always believe in. This is who I am. That is how I've been trained. Touch my one person, touch what makes me happy, I will touch down to a generation. Thank you, Onyeka. Do you still want to ask Kuma something before I move to Onyeka?
Okay,
Thank
let
you.
me ask him. Let me ask him one question.
Okay.
Chukwumezi, let me ask you this question. In this freedom we are fighting for now, those people that has been with you, you have been there discussing about freedom and everything, and they later turn against you and start fighting you. And those who have never supported Biafra before and later start supporting, which one do you prefer?
I believe every freedom is all about evolution. The freedom will change from time to time. So it doesn't matter whether you buy the idea at the beginning or you buy the idea later in the stage, later on. As long as we are standing on the same agenda, which is freedom, then I'll accept you. So in other words, to answer your question, if those people that are coming later and agree with me, then I will work with them.
So, but I ask now, which one do you prefer? Do you prefer the ones that has been with you and later turn against you, or you prefer the ones that has never supported freedom before and later start supporting it? Which one do you
No,
prefer? That is what I
I
ask.
just answered the question. I prefer those who are buying the idea that we need to get freedom. Because those ones that are turned against me, I cannot trust them because they already betrayed.
The same people that never supported you, that later start supporting you, did so because of your resolute, because of your no nonsensibility, because of your ruggedness, because of your ability not to take nonsense. Understand? If you were to be weak from onset, you will fall apart, and those that were standing on the fence to see if you will succeed or see how headway you will make, we never had that opportunity to come and support you. Your ruggedness, the same thing we are doing here, not be able to give up. In our ability not to give up, never say that spirit is something that will attract them. If we started to develop cold faith by still waiting for people to come, we carry them on, it shows our weakness. And we don't have to give a room for that. A soldier was never trained to be weak. Even in your weakness, you show strength. You never let it to be open to the public. Understand? That is why our soldiers in the bush are making headway. They are highly motivated. You learn from your mistake, and it became guerrilla warfare. Because we are fighting not for a rank. We are fighting not for profit. But when we fall, we'll rise and we'll learn from there. That is why it is called guerrilla warfare. There is no particular tactics. Every day is your tactics. Your failure become your tactics. That is why you call it a scientific tactical of war. So the way you define the stage we are now is not supposed to come from ordinary civilian. It's not supposed to come from somebody that is cold-hearted. It's not supposed to come from somebody that is weak. This demand and needs a strong leader that show no mercy. In as much as we show no mercy, there is still something that a soldier carries, a pure quality of a soldier that is written in their decree, which Nigeria doesn't have, and they don't have they are in their creed. There is no the soldier's creed. You can be able to maintain peace when there is peace. Then you go ahead to war when there is war. Understand? The two things work in the soldier's creed. Understand? Ability to maintain peace and ability to go to war. In that peace talking, you don't have to show cold faith. You bargain for your own interest, for the interest of your people. So that is what it is. The question you answered, the question you asked is not a direct answer. You don't answer one and leave one. You bring the two together. So we don't show a weakness. We move ahead. Oyeka, give on your mic again. Thank you, everyone.
Go make no verse. If you want to go there for coast, and the whole mic too much, I beg. I beg go now. I beg. You see, my people, I just want to ask something.
Wait, if he has his hand up now, maybe he wanted to say something before.
No, Nyaka supposed to go next. No, not me.
No, your hand is still up. It's up. That's what I'm saying. Your hand is up.
His hand is not up. I'm
Yes,
not
I will
seeing
go
his hand.
now.
His hand is not up.
Nyaka,
His hand is not
Nyaka, go
up.
first. I will go.
His hand is not
Okay,
up
go
from my
ahead.
side.
Mazureka, go on, no problem.
Hey, I beg no verse. You see, there's something I'm losing my voice. I just want to say something that because if I understand where you stand, and the person who answered that guy, I don't see anything wrong there. Because that guy, if you're long in this, in what we're doing here, we know somebody who really want to be convinced. That guy did not stand novice. First of all, he came with a strategy by praising, and the claim after praising they diverted. He was telling you, we penetrate and go and contest and have our people in the government. From there, we go in. So when you see all those things, he will know that this person is not somebody who wants to be convinced. He's not. He just want to use strategy to penetrate us and drop his comments. And again, I used to say this several times: peace cannot be enforced. If you want to, when somebody, peace will only come when you stand and the people who is in charge of law will enforce law by making sure there is a justice. And when there is justice, peace will automatically enthrone itself. It cannot enforce peace. When people are destroyed, where there is injustice, no fairness, no everything, nepotism, injustice everywhere, you want to make peace. How can you make peace? When people don't talk with sense, talk like that, which you know where they're coming from. I'm losing my voice, but I just want to say this, that guy, the person who responded to him does not make any mistake. If you actually follow the guy very well, because he come with the trick and you know what he was doing. Thank you very much.
Let me add something, please, guys. No, everybody shouldn't be angry. Actually, what Ife is saying, I understand the angle where Ife is coming from, which is being polite and allow someone to land and then proceed with your submission. In that regard, I think I agree with politeness before making your own point. So we don't have to be crazy, you know. That's part I support that, because you know we should be polite as a people. You understand, to show we are different, right? That point I think is valid. Okay, but then the area where you have to preach to people like this, I don't think I buy the idea of preaching. You know why? My reason is, if you can tell yourself how long Mazen Namdekan have actually preached since 2012 till date, you know how many years it is, and someone still needs you to preach to him in 2025. Then if someone can see all that have been going on, how our people have been killed, even though the person have forgotten about the past, what about the present, the one that happened recently? The boy that was shot and his brain was spilled over the place. The people that Suludo boys went and killed, innocent people, 3 people they shot dead. You know, how our leader, Mazen Namdekan, have been, you know, treated unfairly and all that. And everything that have been happening, you know, and all the things that has been on the news, how Zoo recruits terrorists and call them repentant and integrate them back into the army and stuff. And then the person sees the amount and number of checkpoints in our land, pole to pole, pole to pole, pole to pole. And the person still comes here and expect me to come and start preaching in order to convert him. I don't think I don't think it's necessary, because anybody that sees all these things and the person doesn't have pity for his people, I don't think that person is a Biafran in the first place. So there's no need wasting much time trying to sound so nice and preach all over again to these people. You understand? That is my own opinion, because everything is, I don't think there's anyone here that doesn't know what is happening in Nigeria. Even those that are not in the zoo or that don't belong to this country are already speaking up. People like Michael Rubin. So does it mean they know more than you that is living in this country? Or you just choose to be stupid and you expect certain persons to come and start lecturing you from the beginning, lecturing you on what you are seeing on a daily basis, the extortion, the checkpoints, all this evil and all these barbaric killings of the Fulanese. I mean, if you have forgotten everything, what about the one that happened recently? The one out of Ihamufu and the one of Ebonyi State and many of them, the ones that happened, I think, last week. Have you also forgotten that? And someone will see all that and know that it is handwork of Nigeria terrorist state. And the person is still waiting for you to come and preach to him. Man. We should know when to preach and when not to preach. In as much as, you know, welcoming people and talking to them is good, but we should be able to know when it is necessary and when it's a total waste of time. We should learn to use these tools when it is according to their necessity. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank
Stanley.
you, Mazi. Stanley.
It's
Can you hear me?
Mazi, wait.
Can you hear me?
I say, wait, it's not your turn.
No, I should be the one to speak now. I don't know. I
It's
think
not your turn.
I've
It's not your
had
turn,
to
please.
on the
It's not
bench
your
for a
turn,
very
please.
long time.
Ife, unmute yourself, please.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. If Mazaki, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Ife.
Mazaki,
Yeah, I can hear you, Mazifi.
if you want to go, you can go first. No problem. I'm here.
Thank you, my brother. I've been here for quite the longest. I don't know. I don't understand the fact that you said I'm not the one to speak and I should mute my mic. Please, I want you to be very observant next time. Okay? Concerning what we were just talking about, I said educating our people should be the number one thing you should always stand on. You need to apply that protocol any day, anytime. Because me, the reason why I'm always on spaces, and I'm not always on spaces to convince anybody. Convincing anybody won't add anything to my plate. Convincing anybody should go to people that are not within the geographical area in that Nigerian contraption. You understand? And for a while now, we've been on spaces. We've been seeing a lot of people come to our spaces. We don't know who they are. I can mention just a few. There's a guy called Jimmy Roodman. We don't know if he's a white man or if he's a black man or if he's someone. We don't know. You understand? He's always on spaces trying to listen. For me personally, I see him a lot on my spaces. He just comes, hang on the listener for hours. We don't know, maybe he's an external figure that's just trying to learn, trying to get educated. For like over 2 years, he has been a constant listener. Personally, I'm thinking he's not a Biafran and he's someone from someone international. So your education does not really necessarily go to the person that is getting you triggered. You get your education is going to the general public. We've been on spaces so many times. Uh, our lobbyist have been here. We know that our lobbyist is a white man, although he's pushing something that has to do with our cause. But there are so many people like him that always come to our spaces. Sometimes they hang on the anonymous. Sometimes they just want to listen to what these people have to say. And in that process, we are giving them what they call education. For me personally, I'm not I'm not saying we are coming on spaces to talk so that we are going to educate people that have stubborn heads. No, there are people outside there that could just with the help of their hashtags, they could push our liberation. Just for them to know everything that is happening. Just a single day explanation. You get me? Just a single day. It does not even need to for him to come on spaces for months and you know just a single day explanation instead of getting people to trigger you by their words or what they are trying to say. There is always a very, very big room for education. And this is not the way our prime minister taught us to answer questions or to receive people on spaces. This is not the way Mazi Nnamdi Kanu taught us, because we learned initially from this man. Even if you are a full-blown idiot, even if you are the most daftest person on earth, he's going to accept what you have to say, listen to you, bring out sense inside. If he's the one that has no sense, he will educate you. This is what we apply by. It's not by getting triggered by nonsense talks or coming out, telling people this, that. That is not what we are supposed to. We are supposed to come out as very, very matured and educated people. We learned from almost the best. Mazin Amikanu literally is one of our best teachers. My Prime Minister Simon Ekpa also, one of the overall best teachers we have. They taught me how to answer questions. They taught me myself, Master K. They taught me how to answer questions.